do that with an attachment to God, then that is what we call the prapatti, surrenderance to God, and then you do actions. So when one is there, really, other things automatically will be there. So if the karma is correct, then these two, three things are behind. And when bhakti is correct, other things are behind. So only one thing you will be able to see and identify, so other things are automatically there. So if they are separate, if they work independently, then that means nothing is full.
So again, getting back, so in today's world, in your view, as you said, caste will continue because we have characters and we will be teachers or we will be doctors or whatever else that we want to be. But you think that the world is going to change, that at least the respect will, and are you personally involved in any way to make that kind of vision happen, that people respect all equally?
We do many activities.
Yeah. And what would be examples of that I could...
Actually, I have two slogans. I think you must have seen on our bus there. And one, what is that worship your own, respect all.
Worship your own and respect all.
Yes. That means whatever that is yours, maybe it is your place, your nationality, or your caste, your family, parents, your faith, whatever that you think that is yours, you worship that with all sincerity. Whatever that doesn't belong to you, you need to respect it. Whether you are a theist and the other person is an atheist, still you should be respected. But it should be vice versa.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, that's very, very beautifully articulated.
And this is between human beings. So you may be belonging to a religion and other religion. So all they need to have this kind of policy. So then human beings can live together. And not only human beings in this world, we have to live with the world. So with the world, then world means there is a nature, animals, birds, trees, etc., many other things. So you have to step forward with the slogan what we are very much acquainted with, like serving humanity is service to God, should be updated and moderated. It's not right, because man is not surviving just because of the man. Man is survived because there are animals, birds, trees, water, air, etc. So until and otherwise you take care of them, and only just you take care of man and destroy other things, the man will not be there. So the next slogan ours is serve all beings as service to God. Jan seva hi janardhan seva hamara narayana. So serve all beings as service to God.
And when we talk about worship your own, I mean, this is a question that often comes up when you're looking at bhakti, right? I mean, as Hindus, we have a pantheon of gods, and
gods,
one God. I understand that, and this is a really question. When you worship, is it important to pick somebody, a form that you get attached to? Does that help in spiritual pursuit?
So when you want to take a bath in the sea, how do you dip? Do you directly just enter there?
Yeah.
Or do you choose a shore?
Obviously, you choose it, yeah.
Same thing.
So
when you worship God, you need to have a form, you need to have a name,
right,
and through that only you have to go.
Right.
But as you said, there are no gods.
Right.
God is only one.
Right.
But we have many devatas. So devatas are in millions. So devatas are also like us only, a bit qualified souls. Just like animals also have souls, But the soul in the animal is not that much qualified. Humans are a bit qualified. And then the man, devatas are a bit qualified. That's all. But there won't be many gods at all. God is always one.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when you sit in prayer, is it as an advice to people who might be treading the path of bhakti? Would you suggest that they bond themselves to one form? And we know that they are all multitudes of the same form. Or how do you advise you proceed
Yeah,
on?
when you see him other forms, that is indirect way of meditation.
Okay.
When you see him directly, that is the direct way of meditation, connecting yourself to him. So why you have to, when the direct form is there, when mother is there, why you take the photograph and start puja there? Do puja to mother directly. That's easier way. So when God is directly there for you as Narayana, and why you need to choose some other form at all?
And so when we are thinking about rituals, and so what is the value of that, and or importance? By the way, I'm a big ritual person. Just I am asking you as a very much a follower of them, and I love them. For me, it's beauty, it's grace, it's everything, you know.
No,
But
it is,
in your view.
as I already said,
Yeah.
when you talk about the bhakti, and the previous step of the bhakti is the jnana,
Uh-huh.
and that jnana means knowing about the other person, knowing about yourself, and knowing about the relationship. When that is increased, and then that turns to love, and when that love makes or forces you to do some kind of service. So now if you love a baby, you feel like holding the baby, giving a fruit, and just feeding the baby, so on and so forth. So if you feel that God is someone to you, and then you want to do something to God, and you feel like doing something to God, and whatever this you feel like in terms of your own perspective, like if you are a man, you feel him also like a man and want to do something, whatever you do to a man. And then whatever you do, that what you call as a ritual, but it is actually the result of the bhakti that you have. So ritual is not different than the bhakti. So bhakti is something inside, and ritual is that something is seen.
So when you look at a yagam or something like that, what is that? That's not a ritual, right?
It's a ritual too.
It is a ritual, and is it different than?
It's a recommended form of ritual by Vedic scriptures and Agama scriptures for attaining something. So when you want to attain something, then so what you do, what you call as puja, is what you do on a regular basis, you know, just out of love you do. But yagam is something to achieve certain results, like a selfish or goal or something related to the society like that.
So is that appropriate to have selfish goals to do yagams?
No, it is wrong in it. When you want to use it for some good cause. See, Dasaratha did some yagam for his children, and then because they have to rule the country ultimately, so they wanted a ruler. For the ruler's sake, that he did it, and we appreciate that.
And I know that you have conducted many yagams, and what has been the goal of that? And
That's for benefit of the community.
so doing that has changed the community
A lot.
A lot. Can you give me one example that you have very?
Many are there. Many.
Yeah.
One example.
Very recently in 2012, there was no water in river Kaveri for 7 years. No single drop of water there around Srirangam. And then in the bed of the river they made a well, closed it, locked it, and every day from temple they used to open, draw the water, and they used to take to the temple. That was the practice. That is how it turned. As a matter of fact, they come on the elephant, take the water from the river in a silver pot, and then they take. But they used to bring the silver pot and elephant. For water, they had to draw from the well in the river.
Oh.
That was the practice.
Uh-huh.
Probably even today also it is the same practice
Yeah.
going on now. So after some people asked us to do something there, then we went there and we did for 3 days some program. All our Vedic children went there. They chanted all the prayers day in and out around the clock. One Tamil song of Andal from Tirupavai and some other mantras and Vishnu Sahasranama. All these things they did in addition to Vedic mantras also. And it was done on 13th, 14th, 15th and 16th. And 17th the water started, and by the end of the month in July, I think it was in July 12, 2012, the river was full overflowing with rains. Rain was there all around, but not there in Sri Lanka, and no drop of water in the river. Then the river was filled, and then Tulakaveri is the big function for Tamilians, and nobody was permitted to go to the river at all because of the
Water.
flooding of the water.
Oh.
And it happened, but there's the efficacy of the yagam if done well.